Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Denver Rose. Today's video is going to be my eyeshadow palette collection. If I can fit all of my eyeshadow palettes into this one video, I'll try. But if not, I'll try to make it a two-parter. Probably one would be ColourPop and one would be the rest of my eyeshadow palettes, or it might even be a three-parter. I don't know. I don't know what I'm diving into, so bear with me here. But I don't want you guys to sit and feel like you have to make it through a video, you know what I mean? And I think what I'm going to do is all of the eyeshadow palettes that I have, I'll probably link in the description box, or like I'll leave a little thing up here while I'm talking about it saying what palette it is, just in case you guys like it and you want to go pick it up, whatever. So before we get into that, you guys already know, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload, all that fun stuff. And please make sure to check out my social media. It'll be up here at the end of the video and down in the description box for your convenience. I've tried filming this video twice already, so bear with me throughout this entire thing. I'm kind of scatterbrained. So I decided today I did my makeup. I was going to show you what palette I used. It's going to be the Fade into Hue ColourPop palette. I'll just show you what it looks like really quick. Very, very pretty palette. This is probably one of my favorite like rainbow palettes personally. A lot of them are mostly like, I feel like they're a little like brighter and like lighter than a lot of like the rainbow palettes. But I decided to pick this up. Very pretty, and I went with the yellow row. So that's the palette that I used. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Bear with me because, like I said, I'm all over the fucking place. I am. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first palette I have is the Morphe 35S Sweet Oasis palette. Love the packaging, of course, and I also love the colors. I didn't pick it up just for the packaging, you know what I mean? But that is a plus. I think it's a very, very pretty palette. I feel like a lot of these colors are a little more muted and they're not as bright. But nonetheless, it's very, very gorgeous. You got your neutrals in here, and then you also got some pops of color in here, like the blue and the pink. Really reminds me of a sunset, which that's what the packaging reminds me of as well. So there's the first palette. So this next palette, I have to say, I've had for a really, really long time, so please bear with me. This is the 350 Morphe palette. She's been through it. She's really been through it, so not really gonna talk about her much. We're gonna put her back to rest. That's all I gotta say. Also, this next palette is another Morphe palette, and it is the James Charles one. So I know like James Charles, Jeffree, all of those people have some things going on. And like I've stated in previous videos, I no longer support them. I no longer buy their products or anything. But of course, these palettes were expensive, so I'm going to use them up, and once they're gone, okay? Just want to say that. I know I say that in every video that I use their products in, but I just want to make it known, you know what I mean? So, of course, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. It was everywhere when it first came out, so it is a really pretty palette, and the formula is really, really nice, of course. So I have dipped into this a lot, especially when it first came out. I used it. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. This next palette is the Jawbreaker Palette. It looks like this. Not gonna lie, has very beautiful colors. The packaging is really nice, of course. He always does a really good job on his formula and his packaging and everything. So I will say that. Not gonna lie, I can't even lie here. He did a really good job. That's just all I gotta say about that palette. The next one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina collection, and this one's going to be volume 3. And this is what it looks like. Very pretty, very warm tone palette. And I love the packaging. I don't know if this is like hard plastic or metal. I want to say it's metal, but I might be wrong. And there's a magnet in here. I also picked it up because there's butterflies on it, of course. You already know. Like, if you know me and you've been on my channel, you know. You know. Anyways, this next one is the Volume 4 palette. Love the pink that they have. and these are also very, are they warm tone? There's a few warm tones in here, I feel like. I think it's very pretty, a very pretty palette. So I picked that up as well. I think I have another one in here somewhere. I really like ABH Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, like, a lot. So this next one is the Maddie Ziegler The Imagination palette that I almost fucking dropped just now. And this is what it looks like. Very beautiful. I used it in a video, I believe, when I was talking about her collection and everything. So if you want to check that out, it'll be up here. Check it out. But yeah, really nice palette, really beautiful, love the colors. They did a really good job with this palette. So on to the next few palettes. Okay, so I did pick up some eyeshadow palettes from Five Below just because I kind of wanted to do like a Five Below makeover and like put a budget on it. So I guess that's why I picked these up. I just wanted to see how their like makeup was. It kind of reminded me, I don't know if it's Wet n Wild or who it is, who has literally the same neon packaging, but nonetheless, I thought it was pretty. I picked it up, you know, whatever. That's the Vivid palette as well, and then this one is Bare All, and it's a lot of brown shades, like warm brown shades, it looks like, or neutral, because I see like a black in here. It's warm, neutral. It's a warm neutral palette. And this is by, it looks like, W7. At least that's what it says up there. You can find it at Five Below. That's all I know. So don't come for me. So this next palette is the Mimosa palette by BH Cosmetics. Just looks like this. Definitely reminds me of mimosas and shit for sure. Kind of reminds me of orange juice, brunch, like gives me the brunch vibes for sure. So yeah, this next palette is also a BH Cosmetics palette, and this is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I know a lot of people have this and said good things about it, so I decided to pick it up. I hadn't tried BH Cosmetics before, like eyeshadow palette wise, so I wanted to pick it up and see how it looked and how it worked and everything. And I also love the packaging. Like, it's very, very pretty packaging, so wanted to pick that up too. I love how I'm talking like as if this is a haul video when literally this is just the shit that I've had for a while. So if I'm talking like it's a haul, I'm sorry. So this next palette is the Nudes by Juvia'S Place. Just look like this. I haven't dipped into it, as you can see. I've heard really good things about their eyeshadow formula though, so I decided to pick it up and try it out. I love their lipsticks, I'll say that. Their lipsticks are amazing. I'm actually wearing one today. Yeah, it's a Mauve Moment. Honestly, I've been using this lipstick like crazy. It's my new favorite, and it smells like vanilla. Like, smells so good, and the packaging is super, super cute. It's a matte lipstick, so, but yeah, I thought it looked really pretty, and I overlined my lips a little bit with this, and it works perfectly for that. These next two little palettes I have are the Kylie Jenner eyeshadow palettes. They're just the little ones that look like this. These are like definitely mauve-y and definitely cool toned. I don't know, it doesn't say like what the palette is, like what the name is. It doesn't look like. It just says Kylie Jenner on the back of it. And then here's the next one. It looks like more warm tone brown palettes, or brown palettes. But yeah, I just picked these up one day because I wanted to see how like her eyeshadow worked. This next palette is Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. But here's this palette. Very, very beautiful. I really, really like this palette, and I love the packaging of it. I think they did a really great job, honestly. Next few palettes, it looks like, well, the next two in here are Anastasia again. So this next one's the Riviera palette. It looks like this. Kind of reminds me of like Sailor, giving me Sailor vibes and like anchors and shit. Here's what it looks like. This shadow right here, it came in the mail and it broke, and I just didn't feel like saying anything. I was perfectly fine with it. Like, I didn't really mind all that much. But nonetheless, the palette is pretty. I really like it. This next palette is the Amrezy. Am I saying that wrong? I might be way the fuck off. But anyways, here's what it looks like. Definitely has a lot of glitters in here. Obviously, the palette itself is really glittery. So it looks like there's more of those shimmer shades than there are mattes. I think it's just one extra one in here, and then the rest are mattes. But it's a very pretty palette. I haven't dipped into these yet, but I have had the Modern Renaissance palette for a really long time, and I really liked their palette, so I decided to pick that up. The next one is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and it just looks like this. Nothing like super special or anything. I think it's a very cute palette. I think you can make a lot of different eyeshadow looks with this. And I also picked it up because it smells like peach, like peaches. It kind of reminds me of like Pez candy, the way it smells. So I also picked it up because it smells. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to pick something up because it smells. Is that just me? I don't know. But yeah. So these next two palettes I have are from Lime Crime. I have the Venus 3 palette and the Prelude. This is what it looks like. I love this packaging. I love the front of it. I love how big it is. Like, that's what she said. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the packaging for this. It's very pretty. This is what it looks like on the inside. I know I've been trying not to show the mirror, but it's just a stunning palette. Like, it's stunning packaging. And I really love the shades in here, especially this shimmer right here. Honestly, it's a very gorgeous palette. It's probably one of my favorites. And I really liked this packaging that it came in, because it's just clear, and it's like you could set it up on something and like just show it off, you know what I mean? So I really liked that. And then I also have the Prelude palette. Same thing. Love the packaging. It looks absolutely stunning. And here are the shades. I almost said the shadows, whatever, you know. It's shadows, shades, whatever, you know. Both are very stunning, and I really like them a lot. So this next palette is the Bloodlust Jeffree Star palette. Looks like this. Honestly, I like the packaging, and I really love the colors. If you couldn't tell, I really like purple. So I definitely wanted to pick this up. He does do well with his packaging, I will say that, and he does well with his shadows, which I've already stated, but yeah. The next and last palette in here is the Conspiracy Shane Dawson palette, and here are what the shades look like. At the time, I like the shades, don't get me wrong, but I also wanted to support him because he was my favorite YouTuber at the time. So I just wanted to pick this up just to have it, and I feel like this is like a collector's item. And of course, this is a collection. Like, I love collecting makeup, not only just to use it, but to actually collect it. So that's why I'll have eyeshadow palettes in here that I know I should throw away. Not that I use them, but it's just to have them, you know what I mean? So that's why I picked up a lot of these eyeshadow palettes. It's just because, like, I wanted to support the people that I really cared about in the time being. This next palette that I have in here is the Morphe Talkin' Flirty palette, and I actually used this palette in a video as well. I think it was the impressions video, like first makeup impressions video, so I'll link it up here in the description box if you guys want to check it out. But I thought this palette was very pretty. It turned out really nice. I really liked my makeup. I thought it was very cute, and it's just a cute little palette. Like, I don't know, like Morphe normally has like the bigger palettes, so to see this kind of like threw me off a little bit, but I like it. Like, it's a good palette. So these next two palettes are from Profusion. This one is called Nude Bliss. Obviously you can see like the shades in there and everything. Let me take this little eyeshadow brush out. But this is what they look like. Definitely more neutral shades, with some like muted coloring in it. Like, we have some pinks and purples and everything like that. It's a very pretty palette. I haven't tried it out. I'm kind of nervous. Like, it's a beautiful palette, but I don't know how well the formula is. So I picked it up just because I saw it and I was like, oh my god, that's pretty. Sounds really bad, but just bear with me, please. Please, just bear with me. Like I said, I'm a collector. So, anyways, moving into the next palette is another Profusion palette, and this is the Love Struck palette. Looks like this. This one does not have a brush in it. And here are what the shades look like. Very, very pretty palette. This one is absolutely stunning. I love the colors in this one. Got a lot of blues, purples, pinks, which is literally right up my alley. Like, I'm sure you could tell after seeing all of these eyeshadow palettes. It's definitely up my alley, so we love to see it. This next palette is the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette. Looks like this, and here's what it looks like on the inside. I really like this palette. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a really nice palette. I really like the colors, and the formula, of course, stunning as normal. Okay, so this next set of palettes I have here is, the first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Love the packaging, very cute. I just want to fucking eat this shit, to be honest. Like, I saw this and I was like, you know, like, anyways. This one smells like chocolate. It smells very, very good. That's also why I picked it up, you know. So here are what these shades look like. Got some pops of color in here, this pink and this purple, which are really stunning. And a lot of these are shimmer shades. Like, the most of the shades in here are shimmer shades, and it looks like there's only 4 mattes in here, and those are for like the crease and like inner corner or outer corner and stuff like that. But it's a really pretty palette. If you ever want to lose calories or anything, just take a whiff of this palette. You'll be good. You won't have to go out and eat chocolate or anything like that, because you could just whiff the palette and be like, I've had my chocolate bar for the day. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about it. And then you could do your makeup with it afterwards. Who would have thought of that, you know? This next palette is the e.l.f. and the Chipotle palette. This one I don't think you can get anymore. It was just a one and done thing. So does this thing come off? It does, but I can't take it off. So obviously I haven't used this yet. The thing is, like, the plastic is like on the back of it. So I obviously haven't taken it off, but it's a very cute palette. I like the idea of it for sure. And then all of these are supposed to be like the little like bar you order your food at. So I think that's really cute. Like the fajita, hot salsa, guac, lettuce, like it's just a cute concept. It's a cute idea. And I don't mind like the packaging. I think it looks really good for it being like Chipotle themed and everything. Then this next palette is the Morphe Madison Beer Channel Surfing Artistry palette. I love this packaging. It's honestly, I love it so much. And I just dropped a little thingy in it. Here are what these shades look like. A very neutral palette for sure. But this is probably one of my favorite neutral palettes. Like, this is a stunning palette. I've already used it with the Morphe and Madison Beer video that I made, which I know I'm linking a lot of videos, but check them out. It'll be up here and in the description box for you. I did a lot of videos with these palettes and with the makeup they came out with. So if you want to see how well this eyeshadow performed, definitely check out that video. I got a lot of compliments using this palette, so if you really like this, it's definitely worth it and you should go and get it. I know there's some people who were like, who didn't like it, and there were a lot of mixed reviews, but for me personally, I love this, and I love her setting spray. I think I have the rose gold one, but that's a really good setting spray as well. What the fuck? Homeboy just fell out. Oh my goodness. What the hell? It's like on my floor. See, we Humpty Dumpty'd that bitch. Holy shit. Honestly, I cleaned it up the best I could. I don't even feel like grabbing any makeup remover and taking it off. I'm good. I'm fine. We're gonna go with it. It's okay. So next palette is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This one's been put through it because I bought this a while ago. Like, this was one of my first high-end palettes. So here's what it I just exposed myself. Here is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. Very beautiful. I really like it. Of course, it's like pinky and like reminds me of like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. So I really like that palette. This next one is the Norvina palette, and this one has purples in it. You already know. That's why I picked it up, is because of the purples. I really like this shimmer shade, and then I really like this matte shade right here. But it also has some neutral shades in here as well, which I think is really nice. I love the mix between the neutral and the purples. So this is a really nice palette. And then this next one is the soft glam palette, which definitely is what it says. It's soft glam for sure. I really like this palette. I think it's really pretty. I picked it up because I want to get more into neutrals and stuff, and I think this palette is perfect to start getting into that. So that's also why I picked it up. Okay, so we're on the last few palettes here. This little one is the Soft Glam 2 palette. I don't know if it has the same shades in it or if they put some exclusive ones in this one. I got this one for Christmas in 2020, I think, which that's a video. I won't link it or anything, but you can check that out if you want to. But I thought this was a very cute palette. It's very cute. My brother got it for me. And I don't know, like it's I didn't know if she came out with palettes like this, but it's so small, like it fits right in my drawer. It's cute. This next palette is the That's My Jam Too Faced palette. This one smells like peanut butter and jelly. Personally, not my favorite scent, but I picked it up for the shades. Like, I love this palette. As you can see, got some purples, some pinks, some more like blushier type rose pink tones. So this is the perfect palette, honestly, for me. I really like it, and I love the packaging. It's really cute. So this next palette I have talked about so many times, and I actually have two of them. As you can see, I hit pan with one of them. This is the Lemonade Craze palette, and deadass, I'm going crazy. I'm crazed over this palette. I'm not even kidding. So here are the shades. You can make a really pretty sunset type look, or sunrise, with these three colors right here. This shade alone, which is what I hit pan in with this one and this one, are both very stunning. I actually use it as a highlighter. I used it today. Like, the highlight that's on my face right now, I used today. Like, it's really nice. And I also used this one, the citrus one, as a highlight too. It's very, very pretty. Or actually, I think I used that for eyeshadow when I had to wear makeup to work and everything. But nonetheless, it's a very, very pretty palette. And like, this is probably one of my favorites. Like, it can be used all over your face, like highlights. I'm sure you could use some of these for blush. Like, this palette could be used like for everything if you really wanted it to. And then I have the Maybelline Soda Pop palette, which this is also a very pretty palette. I haven't hit pan with it like I have with the other one, but this palette is still stunning. I love the purple and the cranberry. I love this palette a lot, like the different colors and everything. It's like colors that you wouldn't think you'd see in a palette together, but I'm not mad at it. Like, it's a really pretty palette. So that's all I gotta say about that. And then the next and last palette for this is the mini Shane Dawson Controversy palette. Looks like this. And here's what it looks like inside. Also comes with a mirror. I think most of these come with a mirror. So here are the shades. I like the blue shades up here. I think some of these are the ones that weren't in the Controversy palette, so that's also why I picked this one up. But yeah, I think that's it for, oh wait, no, I have a few more. So I have three palettes that are just from the Revolution Friends collab alone. So this one is Joey. This palette's called Joey, and it looks like this. Very, very pretty palette. I really like this. and when I went in, it was like 40% off. So like I decided to pick them up, and maybe I can do a video on them and see how they are, like swatches or something like that. I know their reunion just happened, so I think that's why these came out, was because of their reunion. But if you haven't seen it or anything, let me know if you want to see some swatches and stuff of the whole like eyeshadow collection. The only one I don't have is Ross. They were all out of Ross, but I have Chandler and I have Joey. So yeah, this is a very, very pretty palette. I really like this. Then this next palette is the Chandler palette. Looks like this. And then you open it up and this has like blues and purples in it. It's very, very pretty. Kind of reminds me of like the 90s a little bit, like Barbie back in the 90s. Was she in the 90s? She had to be before 80s, right? I don't fucking know. But you know what I'm saying. It reminds me of the 90s a little bit. Very, very cute palette. I love the shimmers in here. So there's those. And then I have the big Friends Revolution palette as well. And you open it up, which it has issues with latching for some reason, but this one is a more neutral palette. I really like this pop of pink right here, like this pink shimmer right here, but it's definitely more towards neutrals or maybe like smoky eyes and stuff. I don't know, but I thought it was a really pretty palette, and of course because of the reunion I wanted to go ahead and pick it up. And I really love the packaging for all of this. Like it even goes all the way around. Like it's just it's a cute palette, cute packaging, you know. And then the last palette I have is the 35B by Lisa Frank Morphe Collab palette. And of course I got the alien one. They have 3, and I think they're all the same palette. Like they have all the same shades in it, but they have like different styles for the front. So I of course picked up the alien one, and then I think they had a tiger one, and then I think they had one with puppies on it. I'm not sure though. So you open it up, like it opens up like this, which kind of reminds me of like that diary that they had where you had to speak into it and then it like whips open, whatever. So this is what it looks like. Has a little mirror, which I think that's kind of cute. And then it has these shades in it. Very pretty. Definitely Lisa Frank vibes for sure. Definitely. We got the rainbows, we got everything in here. Pinks, purples, greens, oranges, yellows. We even got a black down here in the corner. And I love this, I want to say iridescent, is that the name? But it's like dark, it's not like light, you know what I mean? Like it's not like blinding in your face. It's kind of nice. It's like more subtle, but that's what this palette looks like as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And please make sure to check out my social media. Like I said, it'll be everywhere. It'll be everywhere. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Peace out. Put your hand